that going at the right one? Yeah, it is. So I'm going to tell you right now, everything is screaming, don't make this video right now. I've been messing around with my camera for the last half hour. My desk light is going out less than 10 seconds after I turn it on, so I'm having to use this bright ass thing. It's literally shining half in my eyes and half blinding me. I'm gonna have to fake that I can see the camera, fake that I can see the screen. I've got a scratchy throat, which probably comes from the fact that I'm getting a cold again for the second time in a month and a half. It's 9:56 p.m. and I'm already irritated. And I'm also irritated about the situation that I'm finding myself in right now. Like just kind of everything right now. Kind of the only thing I have going for me right now is I had dinner. So, I've got energy, I'm ready to go. But that being said, everything is saying, don't do this right now. This is a bad idea. So, so I've been recording for an hour and a half. And what you just saw was the end result. I knew I shouldn't have done a recording today. I spent an hour and a half recording, which ultimately boiled down to about an hour and 3 minutes, I think it is, because I don't record every single second or every single minute. I actually do pause the video in there, or I pause the recording right now. I recorded for an hour and a half, and every single take, every single clip, the audio is desynced, and it's all messy and stuff. The whole thing, all of it. I can't even salvage it. If the audio didn't have gaps in it, very obvious, what I was saying, it wouldn't be an issue. I could just disconnect the video from the audio and slide the audio over and try to sync it up as much as I can, then relink it, and then just go on down the line. I could do that. I have done that. I don't know what happened. So I just now did a test with a different video recording program, which is actually Windows based. It's not. I gotta figure out what the hell went wrong. So an hour and a half has been wasted, and all my genuine reactions are now gone, which I hate. I hate it. 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 But there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. So, in summary of an hour and a half, and I'm not going to go through this whole elaboration thing, because the Safari Dai-Oh was not compatible with the build Dai-Oh that I picked up, just because of these two little domes right here. Oh, God, this video resolution's even worse. See these little domes right here? I don't know. You might not. I don't know. I don't care. Because these two domes, those domes right there, they stick out just high enough that the build Dai-Oh does not sit flush on it. They deliberately designed it to not be compatible so that you cannot make the Cho Safari Dai-Oh. You won't be able to do it. And I went over this whole thing when I did the Safari build Dai-Oh. So, but that was 2 weeks ago when I did that. And so I told myself if I was ever going to commit to getting a DX ToQger, I was going to go for it. In this particular case, I spent $160 getting a Super Sentai Artisan DX ToQger. Because I told myself I was going to go all out. If I was ever going to get a ToQger, it would be the Chogokin version. And by the way, in case you think $160 on eBay is expensive, just wait till I tell you the price of the next one up, which was $230. So I think I actually saved quite a bit of money, or I paid a fair price for this. I don't know what the original price of it was, but the point... Wow, how did that not fall over? Okay, it did fall over. But the point is, I did indeed get myself a DX Chogokin ToQger. and I wasn't planning to get this. In fact, the whole reason why I got the Safari Dai-Oh was so that I would never need to get a ToQger, because like at the time I liked this more than I liked this, and obviously my opinion of this has settled somewhat since. I have calmed down a bit since then, and actually in early 2022, early 2022, I was actually watching a fan subbed version. Sorry, I need to sit up, Ava. I was actually watching a fan subbed version of ToQger, and I was really enjoying it. I got past the debut of the DX Dai-Oh. I got well past it. I think I was actually starting to move into endgame content. Starting to, not saying I did, but I was moving into endgame content when uh, Bandai Namco and Toei Company Limited came in and said, you can't make fan subs anymore. You can't make fan subs anymore. And so basically, my source for watching fan subs dried up literally overnight. And I've not been able to finish ToQger. But in any event, what I did see of ToQger, I did enjoy. Hopefully, in 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, something like that, Shot Factory will be able to release ToQger on box DVD set. Sadly, not Blu-ray, and sadly not with the movie. I don't know why they just don't. Anyways, as for the DX ToQger ToQger, you've got die-cast metal in the feet here, and my camera's reversed. I don't know why. That was really annoying too. I had to deal with that as well. It's fucking annoying. Anyways, there's die-cast metal in the side and the front, but not on the underside. There's no die-cast metal under there. And then the clips are exactly the same. From a mold perspective, everything here is identical with the sole exception of the tip of the sword. This is actually not, it's ironic, this is not die-cast metal. It's actually chrome-plated plastic. And oddly enough, it's made of a single piece of plastic rather than two pieces, the shaft and then the point of the sword or point of the gun. Oh yeah, by the way, the gun. The point is actually molded as part of it, and the reason it was molded in two pieces is so that when it came to Safari Dai-Oh, they could do this. But oddly enough, with the collector edition Super Sentai Artisan DX ToQger, for whatever reason, it's made of a single piece. I don't know why, but they did. So whatever. It's probably because you cannot put chrome plating or whatever it is onto PVC. So they probably realized at the last minute, oh crap, we need to swap it out. So this is actually two single pieces. They're sandwiched together. I think, yeah, it's two pieces they're sandwiched together. So, anyways, you've got die-cast metal in all four of the telegraphs. You've got more die-cast metal in the telegraph here. The sliding doors here, which I do absolutely adore. Yes, I do. I do like those. Those are also that, and those are die-cast metal. The sides and the front of the red Russia are metal, which means I now have a die-cast metal laden red Russia. This side panel here is die-cast metal, and the side panel here is die-cast metal. And then I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So otherwise, mold-wise, materials-wise, it's all exactly the same. So basically, all of the gray plastic parts, so this and these, and also this, were replaced with chrome and or metal. So, or chrome plated, whatever this stuff is called. I don't know what it's shiny plastic. No, it's not. It's called something else. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, yes, I enjoy it. And here is the combined form that I told myself I was never, ever, ever going to get because I would rather have had Safari Dai-Oh, blah, 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 blah. Here is the ToQger ToQger. And yes, I just now came up with that on the fly. I like the proper face. That's actually something I didn't talk about because I was raging at the time. Sorry, I actually do like the face of the ToQger Dai-Oh. I also noticed that the ToQger logo, which is ordinarily on the ToQger, actually gets covered up when you have this mask in place. I didn't realize that at the time, but I saw it afterwards. Like, oh, okay, that's pretty neat. Here's the weapon. This is not a naginata because the sword the blade part is not long enough because the blade part has to be kind of half sword and half shaft. So no, this is not a naginata. More than likely, it's a spear of some kind. So whatever. That hurts. Um, yeah. And by the way, this is a very very heavy. This is a very heavy Chocho Chokoken Tokyu Dai-Oh. And by the way, I should point out, yeah, you can still remove this, and the feet are really long, but the problem is, especially when it comes to the Chogoken version, there actually is a sufficient amount of metal on here that it actually will, threaten to fall over, even though the feet are really, really large in front. But ironically, the singular clip that sits under here, nowhere near good enough to actually hold this thing properly. It just pops off so easily. Granted, not as bad as, what are you called? Good Ghoul Kaiser VSX. No, I don't have the X Emperor. Stop asking. But anyways, yeah, they could have done that a little better. Um, I'll say it again. You do not get the Resha Gatai system, so that you can make this thing, because this is a cluster F, and I never wanted this. I never. That's not reason why I got build. I got build Dai-Oh because it was nice by itself, not because I wanted to combine it. You don't get any of the Reshigatai systems so that you can make a combined form or super combiner. You don't do that. Okay, you get them for them individually. Okay, and yes, this is heavy. Um, so, anyways, I noted color differences, like color palette differences. Is like I mentioned how when you look at the Safari Gao from the front, not the side necessarily, but when you look at it from the front in robot mode, mind you, um, the colors are kind of monotonous and they're not particularly interesting. They're not very rainbow like, as opposed to with the Chocho Tokyu Dai-Oh, where you've got blue, green, pink, yellow, and then red in the center, and then you've got some burgundy on the sides. So that burgundy vest that I had with the Cho Safari Gao kind of disappears, and you don't even notice it at this point, which I did point out when I got the Dieselo. I pointed that out. So, um, and then there's a little bit of red missing down here because I'm missing that one red vehicle that everybody else is missing. So I don't care. Um, why the hell are these here, anyways? Just saying, I hate these things. Sorry. Um, this is heavy. What else? Yeah, I said a whole lot of things, and I'm trying to remember what they were, and I can't remember anymore at this point. So yeah, I've got a Chogokin Tokyo Dai-Oh. So yay me. I will also point out that this is the end of Resha Sentei ToQger combiners that I'm getting myself involved with. No, I am not getting a Hyper Reshateo. Do not even bother asking. I'm never, ever, ever going to get one of those things. Neat in concept to have a train yard or a train station that you can actually load up the individual Resha on. That's a good idea. But everything after that was a disaster. Should have been like a I don't even want to think about what the train mode is. The robot mode is terrible. The combined form is terrible. The only thing it's really good for is you roll the trains up and down it, and that's it. And even then, when you're making Tokyo Rainbow, it's notoriously bad because stuff like this and all the weapons and everything else gets left behind. The only thing that you use is the front of each Resha, and that's it. That's all that gets used. So, like about I'll say about 50% of what you see here never gets used in the final ultimate combined form. This is it. And this is as far as I'm going to be going. So, yeah, you don't even need to bother. You don't even need to bother asking that question. Oh, that hurts. God, that's digging into my finger. There's the back. They should have painted these. Should have painted this. Should have painted the green. Should have painted all those. Should have painted the backside, so at least they would have been uniform in some way, but they didn't. I've obviously. Oh wait, did I say that already? Well, I'll say it again just in case. I've already obviously calmed down about the Tokyo because I was watching the show and I enjoyed that. Um, so I would not have gone this far. Certainly would not have spent. I would rather if I did not like the DX ToQger, I would have gone for the regular version and not put that extra, 100, I'll say, into getting a Chogokin version, Super Saiyan version. Which reminds me, I still want to get a Cooliner. A Cooliner Robo. I still want to get one of those things because that's the only, like, really, if you want to think about, that's the only uh ToQger anything that I ever wanted to get. Maybe a couple of individual Reshas to stick on the arms because you could do that with a Cooliner Robo. But yeah, I still want to get one of these or those. Um, but in terms of, I still want to get the Drill Resha and I still want to get the Shield Resha. But again, I'm not willing to go so far as to get the role play toys that they're involved in. I think I already said that in the build Dai-Oh. Maybe I can always cut that part. Um, yeah. So yeah, I've got it. Yay! I made it. Yay! I got a DX Chogokin Tokyo. Yay! Didn't want one. Wasn't expecting one, but now I have it. So yay! Shortest unboxing ever. Not entirely certain, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. And this was the very first Super Sentai Artisan figure, by the way, and that's not including the DX Cooliner. This was actually the very first one they did. Um, so yeah, I'm sorry that this video didn't go the proper hour or 50 minutes or 45 minutes, however long it would have been edited down, obviously. But yeah, you're just gonna have to settle for this, assuming that this records properly, which I think the first take did. So I think I'm okay at this point. I knew this was a bad time to do this recording. I knew it was a bad time. Mm. And so with that, this is AV Unit 4A saying thank you very much for tuning in.